This defense is going to get trucked by King Henry. Let's go.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Marvin Jones Jr. here, aka Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
What is going on, YouTube? This is your boy, Mr. MicroMike, and today we're going to do the Detroit Lions versus Tennessee Titans breakdown, analysis, and prediction video. And in this video, I generally, throughout the weeks, love really to go through the stats, just kind of see how things are going to go out. And we'll do prediction, player v player, roster spot v roster spot, and go from there. But before I get into the video, if you're not a subscriber, why are you subscribing? Hit that big red subscribe button. Let's get to 11,000 subscribers. That would be fan-freaking-tastic. Get to 11K. That would be awesome. Also, hit that like button. It helps to bring the video out via YouTube algorithm, and more people can see the content. Let's just jump straight into this bad boy. It's going to be a long day for the Detroit Lions defense because they're going against the scariest running back in all of the NFL, Derrick Henry. I love Derrick Henry, my favorite player in all of the NFL, because he runs with power, passion, and he likes contact. He likes to really bury players down, knock linebackers down, just carve up defenses like a train. This is going to be a game where if you are a fantasy owner of Derrick Henry, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Start this guy. He may break some records today because this Lions defense is not good. An ad is about to take place, and when this ad takes place, take the time to hit that like button. It is important to get those likes up because it helps the video out via YouTube algorithm, and it would be greatly appreciated. So once this thing is playing, go ahead, click that button, and we'll be good to go. But before we get into all that, let's start with the quarterback position. And the Tennessee Titans got Ryan Tannehill, who is 265 for 403, 3,209 yards, 28 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He's having a really good year. He started last year having a really good year with the Tennessee Titans. Came in for Marcus Mariota, led this team to the AFC Championship game. It really does help when you have a running game like Derrick Henry. Play action works, and he can hit the big game gain. And so he's going to have a really good game against the Detroit Lions defense. I expect him to probably get around 400 yards passing, maybe 3-4 touchdowns. He is going to have a lot of fun on Sunday against the Lions defense. The Detroit Lions quarterback is going to be Chase Daniel. Definitely looks like that quarterback Matthew Stafford's not going to play. Not even going to talk about his stats because there's barely any there. He's a backup quarterback. That's what he is. And given that the weapons are not going to be there for him, it's going to be a very struggle for him to get any sort of quality game going here. Tennessee Titans defense is a good defense, and as a backup with less weapons, it's going to be very difficult for him to do anything. I'm going to give a 5.5 advantage to Ryan Tannehill in the quarterback position. They're going to have a much better game. The defense they're facing in the Lions is weaker, a lot of injuries, and the defense of the Tennessee Titans is much stronger against a backup quarterback. 5.5 advantage. Let's go to the running game for the Detroit Lions. They got Adrian Peterson and DeAndre Swift. They're kind of mixing it up a little bit. Now, Swift was injured, and he came back last game, got slowly implemented into the game with a nice amount of carries. But Adrian Peterson's got 503 yards with 139 carries. You'll see a mixture of both Titans fans. Probably more Swift as he's coming back from his injury. Swift's actually a really good running back, and I think he will get his. I think he's going to continue to progress from his rookie season and do well against the Tennessee Titans defensive line and linebacking core. He is a good running back, and it's really nice to see. And for these last games, since the Detroit Lions are pretty much mathematically eliminated, I'm going to watch the progress of him. But then you have Derrick Henry, who is the scariest running back in all of the NFL. Could be the best running back in the NFL. He is potentially could break the records of getting 2,000 yards this season. Why? I expect him to at least get 200 yards in this game. At least. He's at 297 carries for 1,532 yards and 14 touchdowns. He is going to demolish the Detroit Lions defensive line. This is going to be, I'm telling you right now, Derrick Henry is going to have a great game for you guys. He probably get 300 yards rushing. I say at least 200 yards. High of 300 yards. They're just going to roll with him, and he is going to carve up this defense like we've never seen before. King Henry is so good. Just so good. We could talk about the power and everything. Everybody knows this guy is a monster. I'm going to give this a 7-point advantage. I've never given a 7-point advantage here, but Derrick Henry is the best running back in the NFL, up there with Dalvin Cook for sure. I'd probably give him number 1 right now, going against the defensive line of the Detroit Lions that can't stop the run for nothing. So we're going to go ahead and give a 7-point advantage for the Tennessee Titans. Another ad is about to take place, and when it's taking place, hit the comment section and tell me who is going to win the game. Do you got the Tennessee Titans winning the game? Do you got the Detroit Lions winning the game? That will be the pinned comment. Just go ahead, let me know, throw in a score prediction, and let's have some fun. Let's go to the passing game of the Detroit Lions. They got Marvin Jones, who's 667 yards, not bad. 6 touchdowns, not too bad. But Chase Daniel is passing you the football, so I don't expect him to have a really big game. Maybe 70 yards receiving and possibly a touchdown. I'd probably go there much more than anything else. And you got Tennessee, who has A.J. Brown, who is 51 receptions, 837 yards, 9 touchdowns. He is the better receiver here. He has the better quarterback here, and he's going against the easier defense. I'm going to give a 5-point advantage here to A.J. Brown and the wide receiver core of the Tennessee Titans. They are better. Point blank, period. And they're going to show it on Sunday. And he'll probably get around 130 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns. You're going to see a huge mismatch because one team is charging towards a playoff push and the other team is hurting with a ton of injuries, backup quarterback, and nearly eliminated. So you're going to see that power of the Tennessee Titans in this game. Let's go ahead and jump to the defense. Generally, I like to do position by position, like defensive line, linebacking core, this, that, and the other. We're not going to do this here because one team's defense is good and one team's defense is really bad. When it comes to the Detroit Lions defense, their defensive line is the strongest part of their team. They got a Wara, and they can get after the quarterback a little bit. But the issue here is just a ton of injuries on the defensive line, in the secondary, and that's going to hurt the team here. And going against a offensive team that can run the football and pass it, the Detroit Lions defense is going to get ate up from floor up from the beginning to end. They're going to get destroyed. The linebacking core of the Detroit Lions is very, very bad. They're slow. They can't stop anything in the middle. You're going to see Ryan Tannehill just keep exposing the middle like we've seen throughout the years. And the Detroit Lions defense is not good. Tennessee Titans, on the other hand, they can get some turnovers here. They can get after the quarterback, and they got a good linebacking core. And you're going to see that. You're going to see Chase Daniels get hit and hurried a lot. Their defensive line will probably beat our offensive line. Their linebacking core is fast. It's going to be fun to watch T.J. Hockenson in the middle trying to adjust to that because I think he will get his. But their linebackers will stay with the tight ends and the third wide receiver for the Detroit Lions. And I think you're going to see some turnovers here by their secondary. All in all, the defense of the Tennessee Titans is much better on all fronts. On turnovers, on getting after the quarterback, on stopping the run, staying with the tight ends. They're a good defense. And I'm going to give a 5-point advantage here for the Houston Texans defense. We're going to start with Darrell Bevill, the Detroit Lions. He's actually 1-1. He's actually doing fairly well given all the circumstances. The Detroit Lions played extremely well against the Green Bay Packers. Even with the injuries, they played with their hearts out. All the players gave it the best they could do. And I like seeing that. I like seeing the players play very hard for a coach, unlike Matt Patricia. But in this case, with the injuries and the defense and who you're playing against, it doesn't matter like how hard the coach is. At some point, talent comes into factor, and I think you're going to see that here. When it comes to Mike Vrabel, very good coach, sound defense, great game plans. 9-4 this year, went to the AFC Championship. Everything is good about this guy. Love this guy. One of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and I'm gonna give him a 2-point advantage here. The reason I'm not giving it a massive advantage because I do like Darrell Bevell and what he's done with the players that he's had to work with. He's done the best he can do, in my opinion. Not a whole lot more he can do with the circumstances he has. Let's just go ahead and go to prediction here, and we're gonna go ahead and give a prediction of 42-17 Tennessee Titans at home. I think Tennessee's going to blow them out, not for lack of passion, anything like that from the Lions' perspective, but the injuries is mounting up. At some point, you just can't overcome it. Chase Daniels, not Matthew Stafford. You don't have Kenny Galladay. The offensive line's having issues, and you got a team that's wanting to really make some noise in the Tennessee Titans. So that is my prediction there. In the upcoming content for my channel, we're going to be having the One Pride podcast on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys are there. Tennessee Titans fans, come on in and give us some questions to the panel. We love to have some fun, as well as we got the live watch party on Sunday. Make sure you're there. We're going to have some fun, watching some football, doing some commentary. With that said, folks, adios.